The first time you open AccountCache, you'll need to enter your Level 1 activation key. That's the funny-looking number you received from the person that told you about AccountCache, or the number you requested from the AccountCache website. To make sure you enter it correctly, it's a good idea to cut and paste it from the email. If there are any equal signs at the end, be sure to include those as well. Simply paste the activation key into the single field and click the Continue button. Providing you have entered a valid number, you will be presented with an opportunity to enter your Level 2 key immediately or continue to the light version. For this demonstration, we're going to stay with Level 1 by clicking the Not Yet button at the bottom left of the screen. AccountCache is divided into 4 major sections: Accounts, Domains, Marketing, and Resources. The Level 1 key opens the Account section, but the other 3 sections are only available to Level 2 purchasers. If you click on any of the other sections buttons, you will be given the opportunity to upgrade or to continue to use the Accounts section. Your Level 1 access will never expire, and you'll always be able to update as new versions are released. The Accounts section is subdivided into 10 headings, plus a custom area where you can choose your own headings. Each subsection is further divided into several tabs where you enter and interact with the data in the program. Let's start with registrars. Registrars are the companies where you go to register the domain name you have chosen for your website. As you can see, there are several companies already entered for you, and if your registrar is already listed, you can skip this step. Otherwise, click the New button to create a new record. You'll want to be able to find the record later, so give it a name that makes sense. We are going to create a record for Namecheap, so in the field where it says Account Name, New Registrars, change it to say Namecheap. Notice that the list on the left-hand side of the screen now has an entry called Namecheap, and clicking on the name in the list will select the record. If you have an account with this registrar, go ahead and enter your login name and password. We'll use login name. If you have trouble making up really good passwords, just use the built-in password generator. Under the Actions menu, you can select Password Generator, or just type Command G. Windows users type Control G. You can choose the type of password you want to create by selecting from the drop-down menu. You can also select the number of characters your new password should contain. Click the button to copy the password to the clipboard and paste it into the account password field. We always recommend putting the password into AccountCache first so that you can be sure it is properly recorded. Once you've registered your domain, you'll need a host. Click the Hosts button in the top navigation bar. If your hosting company is not in the list, just go ahead and add it the same way we did the registrar. Adding your domains works in the same way too, but now things start to get a little more interesting. Click Domains FTP in the navigation bar, and let's go ahead and enter AccountCache into the system. Enter a name that identifies the record for you. Enter the home page URL. Be sure to enter the full URL because AccountCache has a built-in browser and uses this address just like Safari or Internet Explorer. AccountCache is registered with 1&1, so we'll choose 1&1 from the pop-up menu. iPage is the host for AccountCache, so we'll choose them as the host in the same way. Now we'll go back to the registrars and click the Domains tab. Notice that AccountCache is highlighted in red. That's because we didn't enter a registration expiration date. You'll see the same thing in the host domain list. Click the Domains tab and select iPage from the host list. When you've got lots of domains entered in the system, you'll be able to easily identify all the domains registered with each registrar and all the domains hosted with each host account. Let's go back to domains and fix the expiration date. AccountCache is due to be renewed on January 19th, 2012. So we'll just click on the little calendar and fix that. You can also enter the date directly into the field if you prefer. Now, when we go back to hosts, the red highlight is gone. AccountCache will warn you 30 days before renewal with a yellow highlight and 7 days before renewal with a red highlight. Once you've entered the homepage URL, you can click the Homepage tab and use the AccountCache built-in web browser. If you can't see the whole page, just grab the bottom corner and stretch it to any size you like. Snap it back by clicking the window control buttons common to your operating system. You can also open the page in your default browser by clicking the Open in Browser button. Email addresses are next, and they get entered in much the same way as the other data. Give the account a meaningful name like AccountCache-support. It's a good practice to put the domain name first so that all your email addresses for each domain sort together. Make sure you enter the actual email address correctly with the @ and .com or .org, etc. In this case, support@accountcache.com. Now enter the from name, the same as you put in your email client. Add the login name and password. We'll enter support and then use the password generator to create a 6-character alphanumeric password. It's not required if you work at home, but if there's a possibility someone might see your login details, you can encrypt them to the same level as top government secrets. Just click the padlock icon beside the field you want to encrypt. If this is the first time you have encrypted an AccountCache field, you will be asked to set a master password. Be sure this is something you won't forget, because there is absolutely no way that you can get your data back if you forget your master password. For this example, we'll use a musical scale, E, G, B, D, F. Every good boy deserves favor. Remember, upper and lower case are important. You can get one last chance to fix any errors. Once you confirm your entry, that's it. You cannot change the master password. Now, when you click the padlock, it locks using your master password. Click the lock again to unlock it, type in your master password, and your data is readable again. If you get it wrong, you cannot access the data. The POP and SMTP server is actually set from the FTP heading and will show up automatically provided you have entered the email address correctly. We'll go back to domains and enter mail.accountcache.com for the POP server and smtp.accountcache.com for the SMTP server. These settings will now show up automatically anytime you enter a new email address for this domain. Everything in the Accounts section is fairly self-explanatory, but if you get stuck, just click on one of the blue question marks. There is specific help for every tab in the system, so you should never get lost. Just click the button and the help window for wherever you are in the program will appear. To find a particular record, enter any portion of the record name in the Find box and click on the magnifying glass icon. Let's try entering just cache and see what we get. We know the AccountCache domain is in the system because we entered it earlier. So we choose FTP from the drop-down menu and click the button. The Find window appears listing any records that match your search criteria. In this case, there is just one. Click on the record name to go straight to the record you want. But what if you don't know which section your record is in? This time we will leave the search at cache and select all from the drop-down menu. This time we got 3 hits: the domain record, the support email record, and an entry for AccountCache Lite in the software section. There's still lots more to discover in just the first level. We haven't even started to explore level 2, but I do want to show you the custom section. This is where you enter data classified the way you want. You have 8 tabs that you can name anything you want. To change the names on the tabs, go to the menu bar and select AccountCache Preferences. From the Preferences layout, you can change the names on each of the tabs and the default icons associated with them. That's just a very brief overview. There's still lots more, like keeping track of where you used each email address. Say you registered at a new social site and they asked for an email address. They always do, of course. Just enter it in the program so you can track where you used it. Down here in the Which Email Address Used field, let's enter support@AccountCache.com. Now let's go to the Emails section and the Where Used tab. Click on the email account name and you can see everywhere that you've used that particular address. This can be very handy if you change your email address and need to contact everyone that has the old address. And, of course, clicking on the list item will take you to the record where that address is used. We have lots more videos that explain how to use the various advanced features of AccountCache. We hope you will come back and check them out.